Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Peshawar Model Degree College Online Lecture Room. Dear students, this is your English Advanced class for today and I am Miss Fatima Shakir. Today we will be reading something that is really fascinating and that really appeals to our senses as well. Now what that topic is, let's see. Okay, so you can see the topic that is titled as The Soldier, and the poet of this poem is Rupert Brooke. Now, my dear students, there are many amongst us who really they fancy and they wish to be a part of a soldier life, right? For example, boys, they really wish and desire to sacrifice their life and to be patriotic enough in order to prove to their country that they love their country the most, and their country is really the, you could say, first and foremost priority, right? So The Soldier, it's written by Rupert Brooke, and we see over here something that is really amazing. And obviously, the title is going to tell us that this is something about the country the poet lives in and about the situation that he is going to handle, right? So, coming to the topic, let's see what the poet is trying to tell us. He tells us, if I should die, think only this of me, that there is some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. From the word England, we come to this realization that this poet, he belongs to England. And he says that if I die, just think something positive about me and think and believe that I am a part of England. Then he says that there shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed. Now he considers himself as part of a dust. Why? Because we human beings are made of clay, obviously. So he is saying this thing over here in a sense to give us this feeling that I knew that I am a person who is made of clay and who is surely going to that, you could say, underground, to the grave and all that. So he is saying that remember every time that in the earth of England, or you could say in the ground of England, you would find something that would be really amazing, and obviously that would be my body, right? Now he says something really astonishing and you could say amazing over here when he says that a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by sons of home. What you can see over here is something really, you could say, appealing to our senses. And what is that? Obviously, it's the word England. You can see that the word England is repeated time and again. This is going to throw an emphasis on this thing, that the poet, he was really a patriotic one and he loved his country so much that time and again, he is mentioning his country with its original name, right? Furthermore, he adds this thing over here. He says that I was a part of England. I was born in England. I was shaped over here, I was educated over here. I was given the awareness how to live in a society. And besides that, I lived my life according to my wills and my desires. I had, you could say, a time to roam around. I had the time to enjoy my life. And I already had this feeling that I loved my country so much that I used to roam around and to enjoy the fresh breathing air. And besides that, he mentions about rivers as well, and he mentions about sun as well. Now, my dear students, as being a part of a literature student, you must know this thing, that river. What river denotes in literature? Obviously, it denotes water. And what is water going to denote? Surely, it's going to denote life over here, because water is a symbol of life. So he is saying that I had enjoyed my life to the fullest, being a part of English society. And so now he says that if I die for England, it's all right. No matters what situation I'm going to face in this world, or in this, you could say, while dying and dedicating my life to the country, I still am really excited over here because I had enjoyed everything that England had blessed me with, right? Now let's come to the next lines, what he is going to mention over here. Okay, remember, my dear students, this was the first part of the poem that is really a dedication to England. Okay, Now, the soldier, as let me further tell you that it's a sonnet, and this is about First World War. And this poet, he imagines and he considers himself as a soldier over here, right? So, besides that, patriotism can be witnessed here. Okay, so now the poet celebrates that these are the qualities that a person should be having. And what are these qualities? Obviously, courage, honesty, self control, and everything. So he believes that these are the qualities that I am having. And besides that, every person amongst us should have this, okay? He mentions one thing over here, and that is eternal mind. Now, you might be knowing what is eternal. Obviously, eternal is something that is, you could say, in Urdu we call it abdi zindagi, means the world hereafter or the life hereafter, right? So he says over here that I am going to believe that if I die, it's all right. No matter where I would be going, obviously, the world that I would be going is heaven. I will become a part of something that is really unique. I would become a part of the heaven just because of England. And I would be appreciated and praised there just because I am a part of England, okay? Okay, so you can see that the soldier is full of alliteration. Now, time and again I had repeated in certain poems that what is an alliteration, so I'm not going to explain it here again, okay? Now, this is your task to find out the alliteration examples in this poem. Overall, this poem is really an amazing one because this is about the feelings and about the bond that one is having with his hometown, okay, or with his country. And besides that, the sound of the poem is really, really pleasant. So this is a poem that belonged to, you could say, the earlier stages of war when people were really optimistic and patriotic. Okay, now remember this thing that we might see over here an irony as well. Now, what is an irony? Irony means when a person wants to say something but he's trying to making fun of that. Or you could say, we call it in Urdu as tanzia. So he believes that in the beginning everyone was really optimistic and they were really ready to go and participate in war and dedicate their life for the country. But now he says that the situation has changed. Okay, so it was all about the, you could say, about the soldier, and it shows that there is really being a person who do not or who does not care, you could say, about his life, about his family, and about his certain other priorities besides only his priority is England. So that makes a person really, you could say, an unforgettable and a remarkable one. Okay, there is a line that is mentioned, a test whom England bore shaped made aware. Now this is something where he is using figure of speech. And what is that figure of speech? Obviously, he is personifying England as being a mother. He is showing that England is just like a mother. As a mother is really, you could say, loving and caring and dedicated towards her kids. Similarly, England had been as a mother towards its, you could say, citizens and everyone, okay? Throughout the poem, you could see that, as I mentioned before, he is mentioning England time and again, and this is just because he wants to die for his country, because he believes that dying for a country is really an honorable task. Okay, so this was the end of the lecture. I hope you had really understood, and I hope it was an easy one as well. Thank you so much.